Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we got a special guest, Mr. Reese Forbes.
I only get 3 specials?
Wait, Reese, how many do you want?
Give him like a really good, powerful special.
Powerful skater. That was from the bowels.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you so much for coming, dude. This is a
Thanks for
pleasure.
having me.
This is an honor.
Thank you.
This is all of the above, man.
I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm here.
Yeah.
We talked for like a long while about this happening.
Yeah, we did. We went back and forth, and eventually it happened, and, you know, I was transported here, and it's good to be here. Yep.
Glad you made it, yes.
Who transported you here?
Southwest
What is this?
Airlines.
Okay.
And they wanted to bring me through Phoenix, and I had to switch it around. I'm like, just bring me to Burbank. Because I don't want to travel all day to get from San Francisco to L.A.
San Francisco to Phoenix to L.A. Are you serious?
Yeah, because my flight was canceled.
Oh.
So I showed up and went to check in, and I noticed that it said Phoenix, and that wasn't where I was planning to go. I was planning to come to L.A.
Well, dude, I'm glad you made it. Glad you switched your ticket. You got in the same day?
Got in the same day.
Same day?
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
overnight. It was just, you know, from San Francisco to Burbank, and I'm here.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming down, dude.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Sorry I didn't bring any gifts.
Well, we'll go outside and watch you ollie. That could be our
I don't know if that's going to be a gift.
That could be our gift.
That would be awesome.
Man, listen, bro. Listen. Well, let's start back to young Reese. You know what I mean? Let's take it all the way back. Okay. Maryland, right?
Maryland, that's right.
Okay.
Some people get it confused with Delaware.
Oh.
I mean, it's all part of that, you know, Delaware, Virginia, Maryland.
But the name of the city?
Name of the city that I grew up is Gaithersberg.
Gaithersburg. Okay. Small city? Big city?
Small city.
Okay.
Suburb of D.C. 20 minutes on the metro, and then you're there. It's really hot.
It is. You know, trust me.
that right now.
It's going to get even
take
hotter.
this fleece off.
It's going to get even
Summertime.
hotter,
Okay.
bro. Summer has hit us hard.
Okay.
Yeah. So that explains all the DC footage and everything. You know, we skated the old plaza over there a lot.
That's my home. I guess, you know, starting from the beginning, my uncles skated.
Okay.
So my mom's brothers skated. My uncle had skateboard magazines in his closet.
Oh.
Among other magazines.
Sure. that you keep in your closet.
That you keep in your closet,
Right.
Up tucked away from, you know, preventing people to find. I found those. So, yeah. Anyway, he used to just go down the hill, hit my he doesn't know that, by the way, but if he watches this, he'll know that now that I found his other magazine. He used to do like 360s, 720s in the driveway.
Okay.
And it was just like jaw dropping. So he was my first kind of, you know, touch point to skating.
Right.
And then
How old were you?
I was about 9. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
9.
early to find those skate in the, yeah. Let's see, that started. Yeah, okay.
Skateboarder.
Sure.
Magazine.
Right.
Skateboarder magazine. So that was my intro to when I found those. It was like, oh, Skateboarder magazine. That's what he does. Now he's doing 360s and, like, you know, bombing the hill.
Yeah. Eventually, you got your own board, or you were borrowing his.
Eventually, my mom took a trip to California.
Oh.
And she brought back a Volterra with neon grip and neon rails and
Right.
everything on it. And it rolled off the carousel at the airport. It was like, that's my board.
You had no idea.
I had no idea. And that board rolled down. It was like, that's me and that. Me and that. And that's what we decided to do. I was like, yeah, I'm going to just do whatever that thing takes me to do.
Wow.
So,
okay.
yeah, I was in love with it.
Yeah, of course.
Right off the bat.
And then, do you remember like your first legit board, like bought or like from a skate shop?
My first legit board was Jeff Kendall. So I was skating a lot, and then we moved to another town called Germantown, and then there was a shop there called Wheel Pro.
Okay.
And so I was skating around the shop, and then they eventually gave me boards, and, you know, just kind of helped me to, helped me to keep skating.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my first little sponsor, and they were BMXers, so I was BMXing and skating.
Oh, you were doing both.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. But you stuck with skating.
But I stuck with
obviously.
skating.
Yeah.
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 Could you bunny hop as high as you could ollie, or is this?
I was on the trails. I was on the trails.
Okay.
Yeah. So I flew into like a briar bush, and I was like, I'm done. I had the bear claw pedals that flip up and take a chunk out of your shin.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm
geez.
like, okay, I'm good on BMX.
Right. And so this Germantown, was it closer to DC as well?
It was further.
Oh, was it?
It was further.
Oh.
Yeah. So DC wasn't really in the picture until I met a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
And he was ollieing up on this bench and axle stalling. I'd never really seen anybody do that. And then there were little packs of kids where I grew up that skated in a little pack, and I saw one of them kickflip down 2 stairs, and that was just, I mean, we've all had that experience. You see it for the first time, someone's like getting rad.
Right, right.
And so I saw him kickflip, and I'm like, okay, it's time to like bring this up a notch.
How long did it take you to kickflip?
I just kept trying,
Yeah,
and trying,
right.
and trying, and then landed one. Yeah, landed one stationary,
Stationary.
kickflip. First it was ollieing,
Right.
and then yeah.
Were there any?
We all know this story.
But this is your story. I want to know Reese
Yeah.
Forbes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you watching any skate videos at this point, or just magazines?
Not yet. I had that experience, and then I came out to California. My grandparents lived in Lompoc, which is just outside of Santa Maria, Central California, kind of a meth town.
Oh.
And my other uncle skated, but he hung out with his friends, and they sat around a couch, and they watched the Bones Brigade show.
Oh.
So that was I saw that. So that was like guys in the ball,
Okay.
Tony, Lance, all the, the characters, the
Yeah.
icons.
Sure.
So that's what got me. I was like, wow, friends, couch, screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a pretty cool
so it's
world.
more math. It's
Right.
more math for me to do. And I like this more now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that kind of happened. And so he skated ditches. So that was the big thing out there. It was like, grab a parking block and PVC and skate the ditches. So I
Right.
brought kind of that information back to,
Oh, okay.
DC, Maryland.
Sure.
And then my friend Dickie that I met, who was really serious about skating and punk rock, he we just started skating. We started skating ditches, and just one thing led to another.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like the infatuation with skateboarding.
Sure.
Did you go to Lansdowne?
I did. He took me to Lansdowne.
Right.
Yep.
What's that?
We didn't get chased out. Lansdowne is a
It's like one of the oldest parks.
park outside of Baltimore.
Okay.
In Baltimore, but yeah.
Huh. And then, so do you, getting sponsored and stuff, when did that come into the picture? Were you filming Sponsor Me videos?
So you guys can help me with timeline.
Sure.
Because I'm going to get lost. I'll
Sure.
skip right ahead to me being like a 43-year-old man. So 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there. I don't really know.
Okay.
Junior high. What I started to do is just skip school and skate.
Right.
That's kind of what my thing was.
Playing,
Like
playing hooky.
playing hooky, junior high, the kid at the green box with the cigarette, all the Hessians. I was like, I like you guys too. And then we just, more skating, and sponsorship was way out. It was just, yeah, I mean, that was still when I was a kid, so.
Couldn't even fathom it.
No, I couldn't even picture, I didn't even, I mean, I had a big Thrasher poster on my wall, at our house, and it was the one with, it had like pictures inside the Thrasher logo. So it was just like a lot of daydreaming and thinking about skating.
Right.
Sleeping with my board.
Oh, you were one of those
I was
kids.
one of those kids. Yeah, I was.
Interesting. Oh.
Like when I tell you I love skateboarding. Yeah. So, so I skated, and then I was skating with Dickie. Then he eventually started bringing me downtown.
Oh.
And that's where, and that's a big skip. So I was working at a deli, went to a high school where they're like, come on, graduate, come on. So I, graduated high school. It was like an extension school.
Like
So
a continuation
school.
Yeah,
It was actually
okay.
a really cool school. It was a wilderness school where you get paid half the day to do work, and then they teach you to do practical things like write a check.
That's good information to know, though. Writing, did it balance?
Great information.
Balance your check, paying taxes? Did they?
They didn't get there. We didn't get there with the taxes.
Would it help with skateboarding because it's a whole different ball game?
Yeah.
But what kind of work are you talking about? What are they like roadside cleanups or
roadside cleanups, chopping wood because we would sell the wood.
Okay.
And then for the school, and then we would do like field and stream studies for the county. And stuff
Outdoor
like that.
stuff. It's actually kind of cool.
It was cool. We
Yeah.
went hiking in the Shenandoah Valley. They took us to do, they taught us wilderness skills and survival things. It was
I'm picturing a small school. Really,
it was a small school. It was 2 houses. So it was like mastering yourself in new and difficult situations was basically the tagline.
Johnny Schiller for the teacher.
Johnny, he wasn't there. Wait, was he there? No. That was school. Graduated, and then I was working at this deli, and then I was skating downtown, and then Chris Hall was the first guy that ever hooked me up with a box. So that was my first. He was sponsored by Element Underworld.
Sure.
And then so it was like all the Pep, Andy,
Right.
Chris, Eben, Hooch.
Okay. So were you friends with Chris Hall at the time, or were you acquaintances more or less?
I wasn't. He. So this is the part where it gets blurry.
Yeah.
I was skating something. He saw me do something, and then he rolled up and gave me a box. Yeah, and it was like, wow, boards.
Multiple.
Free boards to keep skating because my
Wow.
boards were pretty haggard.
This was at Pulaski?
Yeah, at Pulaski, and so it was like everyone was there. There was the box. It was like the golden ticket,
But give us like an example. Like what kind of tricks were you doing? I know it's blurry, but what kind of tricks were you doing? What was a?
Can anybody hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Stop doing that now. It could be addictive. I
Give him a
was
fidget spinner.
trying to backside flip the wall.
Oh.
And he gave me a board. He might have even, I think I did it on Pooch's board.
New board would help you backside flip that thing.
New board would help you.
Sure.
New boards would help in general.
Yeah.
To keep skating. And
Right.
So he gave me a box of boards. So he was my first kind of
Sponsor.
Yeah.
Bro sponsor.
Yeah. Bro sponsor.
How did Element come into the picture then? Just you kept getting boards from him, and then it kind of went into the getting boards from the actual company?
No, what happened after that is, I don't know if you guys remember Joe Pino. Joe Pino. He wrote for Goodtimes, and he was writing for that company. So he told Greg Witt. Oh man, I hope I get all these names right. He told Greg Witt to send me a box, and so Greg Witt sent me a box.
Okay.
And so he hooked me up. Joe hooked me up.
Good box?
It was a great box. Any box at that time.
Yeah, of course.
So that was my first. That was another first sponsor.
And getting on the team, actually, that was around what 95-ish? Am I correct? Around that
Like
time,
94.
94,
Yeah, like
95.
94.
Was that when Goodtimes was part of Graphics? The Bong company?
Bong?
Yeah.
Water pipe.
Water pipe? Before vape?
BC,
BV?
BB.
It was, you know what? This is how I remember it. He sent me a box. I started skating the boards. I was filming with this kid, Andrew, downtown. And then Kelly's not interested anymore.
No, sorry.
Really
He'd say he fell asleep.
My foot fell asleep.
You're excused. So anyway, they flew me to California, and they flew me to San Diego, and then I took a trip with Matt Moffat and Pigpen. And,
No way.
And Joe wasn't on that trip, and we went up to Burnside for Halloween. So that was a whole other adventure.
And this is
a whole
this
other
is-
chapter.
Is this around the same time as Eastern Exposure 3, right?
This is before that. Yeah.
It's before that.
Before that, yeah.
Okay.
Before Eastern Exposure. So I took a trip out there, which was a trip. And then I came back, and because I was filming with this this guy Andrew. They hi Andrew. And anyway, this video came out and it showed they were showing it in the booth at the trade show at ASR. Oh, you guys know ASR,
of course, the original.
So Johnny passed that booth. He saw it, and then so Andy was riding for Andy Stone.
Okay.
Was riding for Underworld. Pooch, Carlos Kenner was riding for Underworld. Pep was riding for Underworld. And I think there were a couple other guys, Bill Pepper. And then, it was post Sky Pager.
Oh, post
Like
okay.
right in there.
Huh. And you were already getting element boards.
Then Johnny called me, we talked, and then I switched over. So, which was an interesting.
Switched over from what?
From Goodtimes.
Oh, Oh, I'm sorry. I totally
okay.
missed that.
That's right.
Yeah. Because you went from Element, Good-Times, and then back to Element, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, bro-flo.
Bro-flo, Goodtimes,
Goodtimes.
went to Element, and then, so I had a interesting call from Jordan Richter, which was cool and awesome. He really cared about the company, and he was like, "You don't even know how big of a mistake you're making."
No way.
Whoa. Gnarly.
Jordan.
Good.
But which was good. It was just like that was kind of the entry to like, yeah, it's like people take this shit serious.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Right.
Jordan ended up on a new deal after that.
Yeah.
So it was like in the same building as you.
Yeah. I don't. After that, I'm gonna need help. Yes.
We'll piece it together.
We're here with you, bro. We're
Thank
this
you.
is
I
what
can
we're here.
tell.
We're trying to do
I can
this.
tell.
Try to do
I'm
this
here
together.
forever. By the way, I'm moving in.
Great.
You can sit next to Kelly. Over there.
I haven't seen that room back there. I don't know what's going on back there.
It's actually the warehouse.
We have a lot of mugs back there. I know we can maybe clear a space for you.
I had heard a long time ago that there was like, I don't know if there was footage of it, but did you tray flip the big wall at Pulaski?
No.
Someone-
I tried to.
Oh, someone was like, yeah, Reese Forbes was here one day and just tray flipped it way back in the day. I was like, what?
No, that's a good rumor. I should go with that. Yeah, what year? 91.
It's like, that's gnarly.
Everything's in 91 for me. It's like, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I backside flipped it, but no,
Yeah, okay.
I tried to tray flip it, but.
Damn, that's a big one.
And I wasn't even calling it a tray flip back then. That was a word that came on later.
Right.
360 flip, 360 kick flip. I might have even been saying that.
60 kick. So you get on Element, then you start filming for Eastern Exposure.
Yeah, Dan, I was skating downtown. Dan Wolf came around and he was filming, and he was just a guy with a beanie filming on a filming board, and was really like interested in filming me, and that was fine.
You had Bam with him?
Bam, Stevie. There were people kind of just around. Like in my memory, it's just like there's people like sprinkled like
Right.
stardust or something. They're just kind of all around in my memory, speckled.
Great song, by the way. Great part. I love
Thanks.
that part.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Talking Heads. Did you pick the song, or did he pick the song?
He picked it.
Okay. Did you like it at the
Did
time?
you pick it, Dan?
Comment below, Dan. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. I think he said, "Do you like it?"
Okay.
It was one of those situations. So yeah, it was on Element. We started filming, and he came down for a couple weekends, and then we started filming all around DC. Majority at Pulaski, some at Welfare Banks, somewhere just around the
Right.
city, and then that part came out, and it's interesting to look back. Like you guys know, you film stuff. You know that you're filming something, and then it kind of becomes a cult. Sort of, it's a bizarre thing, but you don't think that when you're
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. When you're doing it, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So people still come up to you and talk to you about that part.
yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
Wow.
It's cool.
We do it
How did that feel when you did that part with Bobby and Yalte? They did a little tribute to you.
Oh,
at
that
the-
was amazing,
That was awesome.
actually.
Felt good. I felt old. I felt like we're not even doing the same thing. But yeah, no, it was cool that he asked for me to come out and just to be able to skate, like just to be there for a couple of days and not have any other agenda than to just skate around. And,
Right.
You know.
And that was last year, was it? Or a couple of years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yes.
Amazing.
By the way, Pulaski, how high is that wall that you tray flipped in 91?
It's higher than you think.
Is it?
No, it's. I've gone back and it's like it's pretty
It's good
high.
size?
Big.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's kind of tall, but it's wide. The bigger one's like a lot wider.
It's kind of a difficult thing to approach. Bobby was frontside flipping it when I was there, I think.
Oh,
or no, he was
wow.
frontside flipping a can, and then he was doing something over the big wall. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a child's play at that point. I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
skates that place amazing.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah,
I've never
love
been
those
there. I
guys.
always wanted to go. Poppy ground? Good pop?
The poppiest.
Poppiest? The poppiest of poppy.
Get in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the cool. It's just in the best location. You're just like in the middle of the city. The White House is right there. It's just the Capitol building. It's just.
So this is the show.
This is You like it?
This isn't bad.
This is fun.
Just seriously hanging out.
Yeah, I think when Bobby was here, he was talking about all the different police they had there. There was
Yeah.
like the city police,
Right.
this police, the Secret Service, and
Park Police is the only
everything.
one that,
Yeah.
When I lived there and we skated there, there was like people that. Have you ever seen that part in Rambo where he's hiding under the leaves and he comes out? Yeah. He like built himself a little miniature bunker with leaves over him and mud. And
yeah.
There were like guys that were that serious about the ambush.
No.
You know, so it's changed now.
Yeah.
Like they roll up. I think they and Bobby was telling me the other day. It's like they roll up and then it's like you just don't run and
Yeah.
I think it's okay. But
Well, back then it was
don't quote me.
right,
No.
but back then running from the police was a little different than it is now.
You
Like,
run from now, you get shot.
well, that's what I'm saying. I used to run from the cops at the West LA courthouse, and I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I used to run from the cops,
Yeah.
like totally not in my DNA, you know. But it was just a thing, and it was just different.
I just didn't want my board taken.
Yeah,
That's really it.
Right.
And then I can't afford the ticket.
what
right?
like $70, $100, something like that. I think that's what
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was like
around
$100.
here. Yeah,
I think for the ticket. Yeah.
Did you ever get any tickets?
I didn't get a ticket at Pulaski.
Wow.
Yeah, but board taken.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was that.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, at this point in time, shoe sponsor, you were wearing a lot of S's, right?
I think at that time, Don was sending me etnies. Yeah.
Oh,
Sending me
etnies.
Sal's
Okay.
shoes and, oh man, I'm hanging. This memory. Yeah.
We're-
yeah. Yes.
here to-
Duff's,
Oh, yeah.
etnies, S. Yeah. That's kind of what I was getting. Yeah.
And then later, Vita.
Way later, Vita.
Way later,
Way
Vita.
later, Vita. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are we at?
Mid-90s.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like
Working our way
97.
through.
Yeah, we're getting up there,
98.
bro. We're getting up there.
Vita was sick. That was a cool company,
I
man.
like the Vita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a pro shoe on there?
I had a pro shoe. Yeah. Nodus, Dill, and then I had a pro shoe. Tim was on, Danny was on, Gideon, Choi,
Yeah, that was a good team.
Rob Halski.
Rob
Ralph
Halski.
What's going on with Rod? Do you ever talk to him? I've always wondered about that guy.
Rob?
Yeah.
He like makes furniture.
He makes furniture. Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. You guys want to take a break?
So at this point in time, we're talking about Element, skating, Pulaski. Yeah, we should take a break. No, I'm just,
Wait, how did you even get on Vita?
So I was living in Orange County, so that's a huge jump. But I don't even know how to get from there to there. So I guess the first thing that I did on Element was they flew me. So this is Pep and Andy.
Mm-hmm.
They flew us to Hungary, Austria, and
Interesting.
Hungary, Austria, and Germany. And they flew us there for a demo. So the first place that I landed outside of the States was Hungary.
first time out of the country.
First time out of the country.
Wow. Culture
Ended up
shock,
in
huh?
Hungary. It was like 3 years out of communism. And, we had to go through like this like little barbed wire entry thing. And then we were in, and it was
Wow.
this kind of like ship shot park. And it was us just doing a demo. I think maybe Edward DeVera was with us.
Oh,
Sick.
wow.
Was that Mad Circle? It might have been Mad Circle and Element. If
Okay.
my memories. Yeah, it was. Maybe Pulio.
So like 4 or 5 of you guys, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. I might be getting 2 different tours mixed up, but
Right.
anyway, we ended up there and we did a demo. And it was like, this is a demo in Hungary, and we're like, kids, and they were just like fascinated with the fact that there were Americans in their country, and going to the little grocery store, and there's like bread, and these are your options: bread,
Right.
more bread, and milk from the cow,
Maybe some eggs.
yeah, a few eggs,
Yeah.
and so that was it was pretty amazing actually. Yeah.
Skate park was there, or they constructed it for you guys?
Skate park was there, so it was like a manual box with metal coping,
Sure.
and just all the standard usual suspects.
A lot of skaters there at that time.
There were a few in Hungary, and then Germany was going off, and then Austria. We stayed up in the hills in Austria, and that was my kind of entry to sponsored skateboarding and traveling.
Oh, I always trip out people's first time out of the country, and to go to Hungary is totally like not what I would have thought.
Yeah,
Like Spain or
Right.
something like that.
I know, for some reason, distributors, and you end up in these places.
Yeah. Is Kenny Reed there?
No,
Oh,
Kenny.
okay.
No Kenny.
Thought he
Reed.
may be just
No.
cruising around.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Traveler.
The Traveler.
That's where that. Yeah. No, he wasn't there. So that was that. So that was that tour,
Sure.
and then I came back, and then I flew to California, and I think I either met Bill Pepper after
Okay.
that, and then Kenny came out. Kenny was riding for New Deal, and then he ended up getting on, and then
Kenny
that was
Hughes.
the kind of beginning, the genesis and the formulation of Element skateboards.
Yeah, that was
Not Underworld anymore, but then Element. So
right.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Billy Pepper.
me too.
Yeah, love Billy.
Until I met him.
Oh, dear,
No, I'm just
seriously?
No, Billy was awesome. I didn't know. I got off the plane. I met Johnny. I met Billy, and Billy was just like a mile a minute and going off.
Yeah.
And that was, it was really cool to meet him. And then I was like rooming with him, and then we were skating together, and then it was just we were going out at night. It was just everything.
Sick.
Yeah, it
And
was
Kenny
awesome.
Hughes also too. Great,
Yep.
scary
Yeah.
dude, but teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great person.
Yeah.
Love
Kenny.
Hell yeah.
And Billy Pepper, man, bulldog flying around, big ollier too, right? I mean,
Yeah. Big ollier. So it was like Dave
Duran?
Dave Duran. Thank you. Kenny Hughes, Billy, myself, Dan was filming, and then Tim O'Connor got on, and then we just, somewhere in that sequence. And then that was kind of the beginning of Element, and then Nadas came on, and Markovich, and all the people that rode for Element.
tours and stuff. You guys would all going to. Why are you laughing? Is that
Because I'm thinking back to the tour.
The Elm
Yeah,
Road
we
tour?
went on tour. We went like U.S. tours, Europe. I mean, I went to Europe with Duffs with Markovich and skated some of those demos, and yeah, it's good. This is good. This is a big jog down memory lane.
some people would call it a therapy session,
Yeah.
but
That's
Yeah,
I
I
told
don't know
him
about that.
I texted him. It's kind of like therapy. And he's like, oh no.
yeah. Well, a lot of people get up and they're like, "Dude, I was like therapy, bro. I felt great."
I'm waiting for the therapy to kick in. So
Reminiscing, then therapy.
Yeah, we flew to Japan. Everybody,
Wow.
and, Jeremy and Kingman, and it was a trip.
What a great crew.
That was
Seriously.
awesome. And then filming the videos, and yeah,
Third Eye View.
Third Eye View, yeah.
Third Eye View. Yep.
Did you choose that song that you skated in that one?
What song did I skate to?
It was the Police. I think. I don't know. It was some song.
It
like-
was. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah, I like the
Natural
Police.
skateboarding.
And,
Awesome, that one.
Yeah,
I
chose
miss
that song.
videos back then where you could just kind of barge anything.
Yeah, pick your song. Pick the song that you want to skate
Right.
to.
Nowadays, it's like, oh God.
The worst music ever.
Jeez. And then you skated for Jaguar, right? Is that are we
Yeah,
on the
then all
right
of a sudden I
timeline?
was
Is
a
this-
Pulaski, and then I drove off of my Jaguar. That came
That's
later.
funny.
Yeah, that came later.
Well, I always trip out on people who get cars, because it's like, it's kind of unheard of, I think like, wasn't Omar, he was on like Toyota for a little bit or something. Wasn't he getting Toyotas?
Omar
And then-
Hassan?
Yeah.
No, Omar Salazar.
Salazar.
Hassan was
then,
on Ford, though.
Oh, was he on Ford? I mean, it's incredible though.
Tisha's on Toyota.
Letitia's on Toyota. I mean, just to get a free car to drive around in, right?
It's a free car.
It was kind of like a lease, right? They just gave you a free lease.
They gave me like 5 different cars. They swapped them out. I was like,
Throughout how many years?
I wasn't on for years. I was just on for Probably a year.
But so they,
I mean, I'm not complaining.
they're giving you multiple cars in 1 year?
Yeah.
Why?
They gave me this kind of one that was almost the one that you saw.
Oh, when you met us on Badass Dumbass.
That's silver.
Yeah.
It was like a silver car with TVs.
See, I didn't even realize that was your car. I thought you just rented it or something.
I'm like, hey, let's go on tour. Yeah, no, that was the car they gave me initially, and then they're like, we want that back, and then swapped it out and gave me another car, and then swapped that one out and gave me another car, and then there was no car.
No car. No car. And I'm assuming it was like a dealership sponsor, or was it actually from the manufacturer? It was from Jag. Really?
From Jaguar.
How does one get that?
There was somebody that represented Jaguar that I met.
Okay.
That was interested in having people that were in LA represent the brand.
Wow.
And that's how it happened.
No car payments for a year. I mean,
No car.
It's
Even
nice.
though for some reason I still paid for one.
oh,
I
you're
don't know why I did that.
Yeah, what?
Did you have another car?
I had another car. I think we had 2 other cars and that car. It was just excessive. How many vehicles? Yeah. Yeah, that was a good sponsor.
Nike, all this stuff. I mean, we got a lot to talk about.
We do,
Reese. Yeah,
yeah.
you have time?
I have 5 hours.
Okay.
And I'm staying the night. So that
Oh,
works out
yeah,
perfect.
perfect. Yeah, like I said, we'll clear away some mugs. Oh, Vita, you were you moved out here to? Did you say Huntington?
Orange County.
Orange County area.
Yeah, Orange County. I moved out with Dan. He moved from Philly. When we were filming for Eastern Exposure, we were obviously skating a lot, skating Philly, and then going back and forth. And then he got a U-Haul, drove to my house. I put all my stuff in the U-Haul.
Wow.
And we drove out. I think I was 17 or 18.
Moved out. I'm assuming you live with your parents at this point.
Yeah, I live with my mom.
So
And then
straight up moved out of your house into LA.
Straight up, stuff in that, transport it out there. So we put our stuff in the U-Haul, ended up in Costa Mesa, which was it was just wow.
Did you guys have a plan? Obviously, you had something lined up.
Yeah. We rented a place. But
Okay.
we rented a place. He brought his bunk beds, and then people started staying. Like people started coming out.
You guys weren't sharing. You had your own room.
We didn't. I had my own room.
Okay. this guy's bringing his own
That's good.
bunk
No,
bed.
clarify all of that.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just. This is what I'm here for. I need to figure this out.
Yeah. So the bunk beds were in the living room. So,
In the living room.
Yeah. So we had people come out from the East Coast, and it was just like the landing spot.
Did you guys have your 2 separate? Did you guys have your own rooms?
We had our own room.
He had a room. You had a room, and then the bunk bed in the living room.
Yeah. It was a skate house.
Yeah, sure. Right. And then that's when the Vita thing came into play.
That's when the Vita thing came into play. Now I'm getting aligned here. Yeah. The Vita thing came into play, and then I started skating for Vita, and then one rider, another rider.
And were you on Vita from the very beginning? Because it was kind of a brand new thing.
I was. They started it, and then Mark Oblo started it, and then he had a partner, and we started from there. And
Wow.
more guys
Sick.
started jumping on. Nodis came on.
Yeah. Like Kelly
So-
said, it was a cool company.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really rad.
What did you like about it?
I don't even remember it.
Got the
No,
nose involved.
it was different. You know, when it's something new comes around, you're like, oh shit, what is it? Like it's either
The
you're
first
like,
run shoes were terrible looking.
Oh, where you see?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when that Nada
Get
shoe,
honest.
Yep.
that Nada shoe when it came out, man, I thought it was crazy looking at first, and then I was like, I saw you guys skating it, and I was like, now that looks cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
And-
before that was like a weird,
It-
plain black one with like a.
I felt like they looked cool on Dill and Garcia.
That was
Yeah,
it.
and
Rest
you,
of us.
I think it looked
Nuts.
cool. Tim O'Connor looked cool in those things. I think all
no,
you guys
they did.
did.
Everybody did. They were. I think they were. Maybe this has been said before, but I feel like they were a little bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, there was a lot of creativity from Nodis, and there was a lot of, technology for that time, but in a different way. So, I mean, when I look back at those shoes, it's like, okay, those are big. Those are big. Those are fluffy.
The colors on it were pretty wild too.
Yeah.
The color palette was awesome.
Yeah.
But you guys'
They were
team was
great.
insane.
Yeah.
The team was cool.
Yeah.
We never really had a chance to do, video or anything like that, but that would have been great. So,
How long did that Vita last? Couple years?
a few years.
Yeah.
3 years maybe.
3 years?
I think so.
That's quick for a shoe company.
quick.
It feels like you can only get so many shoes out in that period of time.
It's hard production,
Yeah.
design, and then keeping up with it, and then distributing it and getting it.
And but you had your own shoe as well. So the design process was pretty
right
easy,
right when my shoe dropped. Is that what happened with that shoe? Right when that shoe came out,
Everything folded.
yeah.
You didn't even get to see some good royalties.
No, I didn't.
Man.
But then Nike came. So.
Some good royalties, I assume. Yeah.
Well-
Because you had a couple dunks and stuff when the dunk craze was going on.
He had probably like 3 of the best dunks.
The denim,
Yeah.
The wheat.
the hunter, the wheat.
During the Vita company phase, during that phase, that was right when I went pro for Element.
Okay.
So I was trying to half cab down 4 stairs at a school here in LA, and I blew my knee out. I hyperextended it and like snapped it, and
Half kept down 4 stairs.
yeah, so that was a kind of a game changer for me because
When-
that's right when I moved to California. That's right when I got
Oh,
right when I
jeez.
turned pro. So it's like then everybody it was a little bit of like, okay, it's been nice to know you.
And and seriously, that's a period of
Calls you
time as
held
well
up.
when you do get hurt like that. It's not like today where you're like, oh, okay, cool. You're going to go get surgery and be back on your board in 8 months. And it's
no.
different.
So I guess the reason I'm bringing that up is that once that happened and my knee was torn apart, my ACL, my MCL, and all the cartilage and all that, I had to kind of fight back. So that's when that's kind of when the whole ollie challenge thing came, which is another
The Reese Forbes
chapter.
Ollie Challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you lost. You didn't even
Yeah.
win.
right on.
I was there. I was
You were
watching
there.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
you remember that I lost.
I do. Well, the only reason it was insane to me because Danny Wainwright did it. Got like 44 inch, whatever it was, right? 44 and a half
44
or
and a half.
something.
He cleared it as well, though.
You cleared it but no, you didn't stay on your board. It was like you squirreled out or something, right?
I landed over 45.
Over
Just
45.
to set that, since this is like a record-setting straight situation right here.
Right.
He did beat me,
Yeah.
fair, and all that.
You feel like you got robbed, I feel like.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I just have a friend that told me that, hey, where Danny was olling, there was a bump there.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
I'm like, you know what? I didn't see that bump, and I probably would have seen that bump. So there was no bump. I don't.
Oh,
think.
okay.
I
Okay,
don't
no
know.
bump,
But
no bump.
the jury's still. If I ask my friend, he'd probably say that there's a bump.
Okay.
So I landed over 45, but yeah.
But
like
you squirreled out,
I squirreled out.
yeah.
Didn't roll away. So
And then they bumped it down to 44 and a half.
yep. I didn't clear that. He did.
Now-
he won.
Here's the thing, though,
Hi,
is you were only getting a certain amount of tries, right? It was like, our last try for Reese, here we go. It wasn't like,
I think it was 3.
I
think
think
it was-
the whole thing was done wrong. You should have had like a time.
Fist contest.
I know, I'm telling you. I think you should have had like
I'm feeling a lot of brutal honesty coming from this side of the table.
no, you should have had like a time frame or something.
You should have had a time
There's a lot
frame.
of pressure to do an ollie that high in a certain amount of tries.
There
right?
was, and there was a lot of people to give tries too. I mean, if
Yeah.
you remember, it's like, Donger. Joe was there. Like everyone was, like there were a lot of people there ollieing, and they had to really slim it down, and so we had to do the try thing.
And the
They had to-
44, by the time you get to 44 inches, you're probably tired then because you've got to keep going and going and going and going. It's
Yeah, this is not a cop out. I could have used a glass of water.
You want some milk?
somebody give him some
Can
water.
I get some lemonade?
Yeah, we got plenty of
this
beverages
is like,
over here.
this is 99 or
Right.
something,
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
So people weren't really being catered to, like they are now.
It's like you couldn't have gone and gotten water. You're in this
I
contest.
didn't have a drone bringing me, Red Bull.
Right.
So anyway,
But I was fascinating because Danny Wainwright had this. The reason I was talking about it is he had this weird, like he was pumping before he would ollie. Did you notice that? He was
loose.
like,
I saw him before. I saw him before the contest, and he was stretching. And I was like, man, he's
ready.
He's
He wanted that 10K.
yeah, it's true.
wanted that 10K, and he was stretching. And he was getting serious for this contest. So I was like, man, I need to get serious.
Yeah.
But no, I felt my name was there. So
It was your contest.
Yeah, I remember Tim skating around in his underwear. It was just like there was this big circle, you know.
It was a 4-in-1 segment too.
Yeah,
They had like
yeah.
a whole training thing for it.
That was actual training, right? That was
actual
Run
training.
around SF.
But that's right after you blew your knee out.
That's after I blew my knee out.
Wow.
That was kind of like my fight back, comeback, because I had to.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
Right,
that
right.
was kind of the thing that was the impetus to come back.
I thought it was a good little challenge though, because it was down to you and Wainwright. You know, I thought that was awesome. I just was
we're
fascinating with his style of like he was like pumping on flat
pumping
ground
beforehand. He has a good ollie.
Yeah.
and he has a good and the crouch too. He was ollieing the crouch over. He was way over it.
Sure.
And when you rolled up to that Jersey barrier with the little, steel metal planks
Sure.
on top of it, it just looked like a big wall.
Yeah.
It just looked like a big wall that somehow you have to get over.
Would you rather it be see through, like just a pole to ollie
be
over,
harder.
or
That's
that's what I'm asking. I don't know.
That would have been the difference between me winning.
Yeah. 2020, we're doing this. Reese Forbes.
Okay, over 40s. Yeah, so that was that contest, and then
Yeah.
Nike kind of came after that. So
Let me ask you a quick question though. When you blew your knee out, you said you hyperextended it, and what does that consist of? Is that ACL? Is that what tears in there when you hyperextend your knee like that?
So hyperextending, just as far as my understanding of it, is when you land on it and your knee bends backwards.
Right.
So things just don't. They're like no, wrong way.
Ligaments and everything.
Yeah, ligaments. Mine was like a twist and a pop and a pull. So it was just I was like one of those who were just in shock because of the pain.
Right.
And then it was just so unnatural for your knee to go that way.
Surgery.
Yeah, I got surgery, and then it was the year. So that took a year to get back on my board after that. So
Gotcha.
I feel for people when they have the knee and the ankle and all the stuff that because I know it's hard.
Yeah.
So
But it's amazing though. A year after that, you're alling in this high ollie contest.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Seriously.
On
Front
track.
knee or back knee?
front.
Okay. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still need it.
Yes.
Man, were you bummed you lost that contest or no? I could imagine you were like stoked.
I was
for
happy
him.
that it was over.
Yeah.
And then Danny Kwok from Quick gave me $5,000.
Seriously?
Yeah, he was just like he's like, I saw what you did. He was hanging out on the quarter pipe watching in his flip flops. And he was just like, here's $5,000. So that was nice.
What a great dude.
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
never even knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really kind of under the
Well, you were riding for Quicksilver for a while back then, right? Or was it just started then?
I had just got on. Yeah, I was like Vita, then Quick. And yeah, he gave me he kind of gave me that. He just gave me that as a gift, which was cool. So
Okay. Oh, that was the Quicksilver guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I was just grateful that it was over. At that point, I'm like, it's been hours. I need some water.
He still hasn't gotten any water.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, to win your own contest, isn't that weird? I don't know. I'm just trying to picture it in my head. Like Joey Brzezinski has this manual thing, that he used to do, right? He'd win his own thing.
But it wasn't called the Joey Brzezinski Manning Contest.
Yeah, but everybody knew it was his shit. He designed everything,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, how about Costin's game of skate? Costin lost his game.
Oh yeah, 2 times in a row.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. It's almost better to lose.
Better keep the name
How
out
many
of it.
times can I come here? Is this like one and done?
I don't know. You can come back whenever you want.
Yeah, whenever you want.
This is a touchy subject for him, guys.
I know, I can tell. Man. Shit. Well, let's move it along.
This is probably the one thing he's like, what questions are you going to ask me?
Let's move-
He was worried about
No,
this.
I brought it up.
I know, hi Ollie. Listen,
We can talk more about it. I mean, I don't really have much more to say. I didn't win. It doesn't matter that I didn't win.
Yeah,
I'm glad that Danny won.
Sure.
And yeah,
Yeah, he's a good dude.
felt a little bond with him
Yeah, he's a good dude too.
because of
Definitely.
that. Yeah.
I just think because I was there, so I was witnessing all this stuff, and I was fascinating with like his style. That's the thing that sticks out in my mind about the high ollie is his pumping on flat ground to
Gyration?
get that. Yeah, it was fascinating.
Did you go to the ETN High Ollie?
I didn't.
No?
I didn't go. Not for any reason.
Did you watch it on their app?
Yeah, I watch things other places.
But wait, did they break the record?
Yeah.
What did they do the high ollie?
It was like 45.5, I think. It was like JK's and that dude Xavier Alfred or whatever his name is.
45.5.
I'd be
Not
interested to
much.
see Tiago.
Oh,
What
Switch Ollie contest?
Nollie
Ollie
contest.
Yeah, an ollie contest, switchback tail. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's got that switchback tail contest in the bag.
Shore power.
So after the high ollie contest, you're saying Quicksilver. So how did the whole Quicksilver? They were building their skate team.
They were building the skate team. Again, it was Oblo, and then I have to remember the riders because I started skating for Quick, and then Omar, Stefan, Arto, Omar Hassan, Tony.
Isn't Dylan on there too?
Dylan,
Alex.
absolutely.
Alex,
Dylan, I met Dylan when he was 14 in Miami.
Oh,
he
nice.
just showed up with Mark at in a hotel room. Like he was taking him there. He was shooting Dylan for a shoot for Quick.
Oh.
And then he took him on a tour with us.
Okay.
To kind of introduce him to us. So that was a big deal because he had to be like chaperoned, and
14 years old, yeah.
he was 14, and so that's when my intro to Dylan, and then seeing him like grind rails and smith rails, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah. And Alex Olson was on there too. You guys had a great squad.
Alex Olson, came a little later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. And then so that was all happening, and then a lot of the guys went to Omar, Arto, Stefan, a few other guys went to Analog.
Oh,
right.
Analog.
Yeah.
So I took over the team and started being the TM.
Who was the TM at the time when they left?
When they left? Mark
Oh, okay.
Oblo.
So why did you jump in there? Did they want you to get in there and try to?
I was coming in as a merchandiser to work. So I was living in SF. I moved down to LA, and then I was going back and forth from LA to Huntington Beach to work. And then this opportunity, opened up.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, the team's leaving. That sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
But Mark gave me that opportunity to do that. So thank you, Mark.
Did you like doing that? I mean, here you are skating, and now you have this other role now.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I still got to do everything that I wanted to do and take all that experience and, roll it forward.
Sure.
So, and then get more guys on the team. So like Alex came on, Austin Gillette came on.
Never asked me. I don't know.
I didn't have your phone number.
I think maybe I was getting Maddox stuff. But so then, but at the same time too, Nike was going on, right? Or was that a couple years later? After you started,
it was right around
the same time.
Right around the same time.
Okay.
So Nike was going on. So I had Quick and I had Nike happening at the same time, and that was a call from
Robbie.
That was from Robbie. Yeah, exactly. I was living in SF. Robbie called, and then he said that Nike's gonna start making shoes, and we're gonna get a couple guys, select guys, and you're one of the guys that's been thrown out there. So
it's amazing.
Wow.
I mean, you, Danny Supa,
Richard.
Richie Mulder. Yeah. You had a good little Danny Shimizu.
Gino. Supa. Todd Jordan. And am I missing anybody? Richie.
Sounds like about it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did like the little campaigns, right? Where it was a photo of you with like Chris Hall, maybe? Was that Pulaski?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was kind of like the hometown.
Todd shot that. Yeah, it was everyone's first sponsor.
Yeah.
Which is what we were just talking about.
That's what it was.
So everyone's first sponsor. So
Super and Vinny.
Yeah,
Supa.
yeah.
Supa's the guy I didn't mention. So Supa and Supa, Gino had his, Richie had his. Everyone had their shoot with their first sponsor.
Right.
So that's how that program started.
When they first started this thing, were they talking about pro shoot, or did they have a plan of like doing these dunks and releasing them? And because that was huge when they did that, like people were going crazy over these dunks.
There was a plan for that.
Okay.
But I don't think anybody knew about that plan.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So at that time, the shoes came out. If memory serves me, I started traveling with Sandy to the East Coast, and he showed me with Darren. He's kind of like taking me to different shops and saying hi to the shops, and then kind of selling into the stores. So that happened.
Okay.
And then then shortly after that, it started to take off.
Right.
And then there was the limited releases, and that was the shoe, the beginning of the shoe craze with Nike. So
that shit always fascinates me because I don't know anything about the shoe world, but it always fascinates me on how these things happen. Like, does Nike have a plan? Do they know that this is just going to happen, or do they say, hey, we're releasing? Whoa, this is kind of okay. We're going to like cut down on this. We're going to make it limited, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that works.
I think there's a general plan,
yeah.
And then when something gets traction and takes off and really starts moving, then they're like, I'll go with that.
Right? Yeah.
I think,
sure,
but
makes
I
sense.
can't say, but I know that they had that as a plan, and that colorway thing really worked in Nike's favor. So
yeah, absolutely.
It helped a lot of core shops too.
Oh yeah,
helped a lot of stores that were just about to close their doors that kept their lights on. I don't know what's going on now, but
when Nike got into skateboarding, they tried a few times to come in, and it kind of didn't really work. I feel like the early stages.
I think the first time they tried to come in, like they didn't have a sales team to like dedicated to skateboarding.
Oh, like that's when they had Bam on the team and stuff like that. And then you guys came in, and I feel like they nailed it on that. Like that was the perfect way to come in. Was anyone skeptical of like riding for Nike or at the beginning?
The campaign before I got there, I think there's people that are basically shriveling in their seats right now. They're like, don't you dare talk about this. But the campaign before we got there was really like the tennis thing. It was like people running getting chased out of the tennis courts for playing tennis.
Yeah, which I thought those were great. I thought.
Yeah, I didn't particularly mind them.
Okay.
They weren't super impactful or anything.
Yeah, it was what if all athletes were treated like skateboarders?
Right.
It was crazy because they put that on TV.
Yeah.
That was why it was big, I feel like.
So there were a couple of shoes before that. So there was like the failure to launch, with them. So this was I think this was the attempt. So it's like they brought everything, like all guns blazing to the table right now to make sure this goes off. So that was Sandy's role, and he's turned, several things around.
Yeah.
He had at that time around at Nike. So
wow.
they had the
That's
right
awesome.
team, and it played out. And so that was the beginning of Nike and Nike SB.
Rad to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was great.
And then the dunks too. Do you remember how many? Well, no, seriously, those things. Do you remember how much yours were going for on the eBay or whatever they sell these things on?
Flight Club.
Yeah, whatever.
I think at that time they were like $600, $700.
Could you imagine?
I thought somewhere I've seen recently for $10,000.
Don't know, 10 grand.
Yeah,
What do you-
they
like
were
your shoe?
offering for sale for $10,000. I don't know if somebody
The
paid
resale
for it,
value on
but,
that is nuts.
I don't know.
Which shoe was it? The denim?
Denim.
How many times did
Why didn't I
re-release
get a
that?
box of those?
Yeah. Didn't you used to skate in like crazy Nikes back in the day, didn't you?
I did.
You used-
And I'm not a shoe guy, so I don't know. I was skating in like the Supreme dunks and this and that. And, people were like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't know about any of that. They just showed up in the box. I put them on, and you skated.
Skated, yeah.
I
Right.
didn't know about collecting or anything. So
How was it designing those shoes though?
that was awesome. I mean, I flew to Nike, and then there were designers. So we met with designers. So the first one was the wheat dunk. So I met with this guy Marcus, and we started talking about different things with shoes, what I liked, what I didn't like, material. And then we came up with this kind of nubuck suede combination of materials, and then it materialized into the wheat dunk.
Okay.
And then I worked on the denim with Nodis, and then the denim came out. So there were several kind of consecutive, hits.
Hunter, didn't you have a Hunter
the
one or
Hunter,
something? Yeah.
Dunk,
Yeah.
which was good. That was like a hunting
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah. It's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
$600.
So
Do you still have any of those hidden away somewhere?
maybe.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Well, didn't they reissue
Maybe
some?
not.
They reissued some of those, right? Or just they're the denim one they did recently, kind of last year.
We did a high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we reissued it as a high. So
I see.
another limited. So
In the wheat, the Hunter, these names, did you come up with the names, or did it just kind of formulate?
just kind of formulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, just came into
Like,
it.
oh, these look like wheat.
They look like wheat.
These are
Yeah.
made out of denim.
Yeah, denim. Hunter.
There were a few that I designed that didn't come out.
Oh.
And so those are there too. But that was an experience for me to start writing for Nike, and then kind of to begin to be treated like okay, you're a professional athlete, like you're being
You're going business class everywhere.
you're being flown places and being treated really well, which was it was just from traveling all those years, and you stay at the budget inn. Yeah, you stay at the
Sure.
of course, and you stay wherever,
Right.
and it's all good. But that was a big turning point.
Could imagine.
Yeah, it was a good point in time. It was a good period.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So that was Nike. What else are we gonna talk about?
Well, let's talk about Rasa Libre.
Okay.
Why you laugh, Raj?
Let's talk about skate mental.
That's later. We'll talk about skate. But Rasa Libre, so Element, I mean, what happened there? You left Element for Rasa Libre?
I moved to SF.
Okay.
So let me get the facts straight. I moved to SF, and Element was there were new. There was a new blood.
Okay.
So there were new riders on, and they were just kind of switching things around. So it was like people were kind of, for lack of a better term, aging out of their right.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Okay.
You feel like you're getting pushed out?
Yeah, a little bit. And it's one of those things you just had to produce. At least this is how I felt. It might have been differently, but so anyway, that happened. Like Nija got on, Tosh. Like there was a lot of new guys, which was awesome. And then there was like the guys that had been there for a while.
Sure.
So I moved to SF. I was still riding for Element, and then I was skating a lot with Matt Field. He was starting something at Deluxe, and he had rode for. He had been riding for Real, and then he was starting something new. Mickey and him were talking about starting a new company, and then they started tossing around the name, and so I left Element for Rasa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it hard to do, or was it an easy decision? Because like you said, maybe you felt a little bit like you were being pushed out, or the new bloods were coming in strong.
At the time, it was good.
Yeah.
The shakeups.
Nice switch.
The shakeups are always good.
Yeah.
I think when you really just kind of toss everything around, and then you come up with something new to support and keep you going.
Sure.
I think at that time it was like moving from Element to, and then I always liked Deluxe.
Yeah.
Back from way back when I was, was potentially going to get on stereo, and then that didn't happen. But I was always like, I always loved Deluxe. So, and then rode for 40s with Tommy, and so those guys are always awesome to me and amazing. And so that's kind of like going home. It's like home base.
So you're almost going to get on stereo.
Yeah. Greg Hunt, back in that period of stereo, they saw that same Sponsor Me tape. Not a Sponsor Me tape. They saw that same video, the Goodtimes video. Okay. And they were into it. And I think maybe someone wasn't. But I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah. Sure.
There's a guy there that doesn't. He's like, yeah, you guys might all, but I don't.
Right.
And anyway, so that didn't end up happening,
okay.
which is fine. And then so Element happened, that went on, and then so Rasa came about, and then I was with Matt anyway, and Nate Jones, and then other people started getting on the team. And
sure, yeah, it was great. I loved Rasa Libre.
Yeah. I loved it too.
Yeah,
art direction was amazing.
Dylan, Omar, Salazar, Michael Leone did the graphics.
Yep.
Michael Leone, I was talking to him the other day, and this is one of the reasons I also wanted to come and get on the show, because he's like, I listened to the 9 Club on my commute.
Oh,
I'm
sick.
Like, I'm going to make your commute better now.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm about to do. I'm going to go on the show and this is all about you. So that's the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was Rasa. He designed. He was the designer. He had that little guitar amp, and the whole thing with Rasa was just sick, and it had never really been done in that way. And I just think people
made butterflies cool.
The butterfly, made butterflies cool. The boards were cool. The graphics were cool, and people still to this day kind of reference Rasa, which I was psyched to be part of that too.
And Rasa was only around for what, 3-4 years, maybe?
At the most.
Yeah.
At the most.
Why? What happened? It seemed like a really cool thing.
I don't know. Yeah. I actually just don't know.
Huh.
I don't know why. Well, Michael left. Another guy came in to design. So there was just like a little bit of a changing of the guard, and then from there it just kind of disintegrated.
Michael could do Commonwealth Stacks.
Yeah, Stacks.
Then we went to do Stacks after that.
Right.
So,
was that after, or did you go to Skate Mental and then Stacks?
Skate Mental and then Stacks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you teamed up with Staba.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skating with Brad, did that.
Right.
And he was already doing Skate Mental as a t-shirt company, and then he was tossing around the idea of making boards, and then that's how that all materialize into an actual board company.
Was that when it was out a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why we went on that trip.
Yeah. Badass meets dumbass. Yeah. That might have been the first time I actually met you. Or at least Brad Stabba, too. Like, the first time I was like, oh, my God, Brad Stabba. I've heard stories.
That was a crew. That was a crew.
It was fun.
That was fun.
It was really fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I just watched that video because you were coming on the show, and I was like, oh, I got to watch this Badass Meets Dumbass. I think I shed a little tear, not because of the nostalgia, because of my beard. It was so unkept. It was horrible.
Yeah.
You know, I apologize.
You're not bringing that back?
No.
What was going on back then, Chris?
You know what? You know when you just go through these, like, I don't know if it's identity. You just want to change your shit, you know? It's like, it was horrible. Nobody told me. That was the thing. Nobody came up to me and said, dude, the beard, it's got to go.
Yeah.
But wasn't MJ? MJ was rocking the same type of beard, wasn't he?
MJ had a beard, but his was like well kept. Like his beard was like full. It's like some people can grow a nice beard, and you're like, wow, it's a nice beard. My beard was like patchy and just.
You look homeless.
Reese, it was bad. I apologize.
Right now, I'm having a deja vu.
Are you?
About the show. Because you're talking, and you're right there, and you're over there. It's like I've been here before. So, yeah. I felt the power of the show right there with that story. Yep.
But it was fun, though. Badass meets dumbass. We had a great time. So Skate Mental, that was, you went with Brad for a little bit. That was only for like a year or so, right?
Yeah, probably a year and a half, few years. And then after Skate Mental, I did Stacks with Michael.
Okay. And that just seemed to be the right thing to do because of the Rasa Libre thing and the graph. Like, is that why?
Yeah. I mean, he had a cool company. He had Commonwealth Stacks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great idea, and it was a great company, and it was only natural that it progressed into that. And then, adding team riders like Sibo was on. There were a couple other guys. Cameo
Wilson.
Yeah. Where's Cameo?
He's out in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, he rides for Darkstar.
Hi, Cameo. Sorry.
He's gnarly.
He's incredible.
He is gnarly. Yeah. So that was Stacks, and and it's always just easy working with Michael, and he's just really creative and always has ideas, and so that was awesome. It was a no-brainer to work with him.
What happened with that then?
Timing. It was just a timing thing. It was just time devoted to doing it, and it was like a garage operation, and then it was a skateboard company. Skateboard companies are hard to do.
They are.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that time in my life it was kind of the end of it was like end of Quick, the end. It was just like time to take a little break.
Oh, Quick was ending because you did Quicksilver shoes as well.
Yeah, Quick shoes. So I left Nike and then went to Quick shoes, and then so it was like head to toe guy for Quick.
Right. And that just seemed like the right thing to do too, because you were already at Quick doing that thing. I mean, to leave Nike is,
It was always like how to do as much as you can for these guys, how to do as much as you can for these guys, how to make everybody happy at the same time, and just spreading yourself thin while, trying to manage the team and traveling with it was just like it was like the perfect storm. So anyway, so that kind of ended, and then it was a new chapter. We started, we had our first kid.
That's
kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Sure. Life changer.
Seriously.
And then we had another kid.
Okay.
So no, they were spaced out 3 years, but
3 years.
So we
two boys.
Yep.
Can they ollie yet?
One of them can.
Okay.
The other one has made the decision to not skate anymore. I took him to skate camp, and he rolled in on one of the quarter pipes and had a complete yard sale. And he was like, Dad, I'm not skating anymore. I'm like, I can understand that. So if they're watching, hi guys.
You ever show them the high ollie contest? 4-on-1.
They've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were saying earlier, they see everything. They see everything. They explore everything. They play Fortnite. Like right when they wake up, they blow people up. It's just like something that they do.
So the Quicksilver shoes, how did that go? Like how did it? Because you said it eventually ended, the whole Quicksilver thing. But when you were doing the shoe thing?
When it came about, it was cool.
It was good.
Yeah, it was great because you get to design exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like dress shoe they were like dress shoe skate shoes, which was kind of a unique little spin on it at that time.
Right.
And yeah, the company, was supporting the shoes, and it was going great. They had a couple of hurdles within the company, and then they moved their marketing department to France, and they did a few things. So it was time to, I'm skipping around a lot. There was a long period where it was different ways. But
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes through different.
It just goes through different phases. There
were
were people that came in. There was a designer that came in that was just doing shoes. He was solely devoted to that while we were doing the team. And then there were guys that were on getting signature, denim and
you got your own denim.
I had my own denim.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there was a lot of heavy product involvement at the time.
Okay.
So.
Do you think it was too much that they were doing, or?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I mean,
Okay.
at the time we, Bill Strobeck was working with us. O'Mealy was working with us, and then we were traveling around. We went to Argentina, and we went to Israel, and we were just traveling around to these different spots, which was great. Traveling, skating, and then all the riders. Garcia rode for Quick. Just a ton of names. How many people's names have I dropped in this interview right now?
A lot of good ones.
Yeah.
A lot of good ones?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Right.
They're all involved.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So that's what we were doing. That was our team, and that's how involved everyone was. And
Wow.
Was there the guys on the shoe program too? Or were you the only one kind of running that?
That was just me, if I remember. It's starting to get blurry.
The fog is
The fog
rolling.
is rolling in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was mainly me.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of the guy that was, spearheading the shoe program at that time. So.
Because it always seems like a bad idea for the brand to then come out with the shoe and then name it the same as the brand.
Especially when you have riders who ride for other brands. Yeah.
It makes it weird.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just never know.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. There's the variable, which is that you just never know. Something
roll of the dice.
you could have the right guy on the right. Tony had Hawk shoes through Quick.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know what is going to work, really. I don't think people do. They take a gamble. There's always a gamble. And then, something will hit and it becomes a success. And, and then sometimes things flop.
Hey, it's all about taking risks. Because you don't know if you don't take,
Try.
if you don't,
Try,
you have to try, right?
You try.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't try. Nine
You
Club wouldn't
absolutely
even
would not be
exist.
here.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
If me and Raj looked at each other and went, no,
Yeah, maybe not.
I
Maybe
don't think so.
Someone had to get the sign.
Yeah.
Eric Bragg did that.
Yeah. Eric Bragg brought that
That's
as a
great.
gift.
And
Mark
then-
Johnson with the iPad.
I've been watching that play. I'm sure that's a subject of conversation.
Well, when Lance Mountain draws a flip book of you got to put it on the got to put it on the little iPad. You know?
I thought that was so. That's the cartoon version, and then after the video
do you
rolls,
want me to put the video
that's
on?
what I was hoping I'd see.
We'll just change it up real quick, bro.
Oh yeah, they're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Look at that.
There you go.
You were proud of that moment.
It's a joke.
It's just become this joke on the show. Like, I've only probably done like 3 switch flip manuals in my life. You know what I mean? It wasn't my trick.
I've
it
been
wasn't,
there,
yeah.
and I've skated that, and it's not short. It's not like it's low.
No, it's a good size.
That at that time was pretty mind blowing.
And what was going through your head when you rolled away?
Thank God that I landed there, because I had been going multiple, 3 or 4.
That wasn't first try.
No.
No, that's a crazy spot to roll away from. When you land your trick on that, it's this weird, overwhelming feeling.
But
Does it go uphill?
No,
A little bit? No.
But the great thing is once you lock in, you're like, oh,
I got this.
This
It's
is
good.
This
It's
is let me
good
enjoy.
ground.
Let me enjoy this ride for a little bit. You know,
It looks like you're enjoying it because I see you have a little bit of the.
The arms
it's
behind
going
the back.
back. It's
Yeah.
going back, and that's
The
sort of
handcuffs?
like you flexing on your own board.
right.
That's my takeaway when I see that. It's kind of like you really don't have shit.
Just don't mind the studded belt, man. Okay, that was another phase I was going through.
With the shoes.
It's yeah. But how you never no footage from there from
No,
you?
not
I
on the-
could
not on
imagine
the-
you'd ollie over that thing.
No. I skated the courthouse, but not that side. It was the other side.
Sure.
So it was like I think this is like 10 years later or
Oh,
something.
you had a line there. Didn't you have a line there in the Third Eye View video?
Backside flip up the stairs.
Upstairs, yeah.
Yep. Long time ago.
You were like the fastest person to ever skate there, I swear. That line he did, you were booking, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice to stay here tonight.
I mean, you felt comfortable, right? Skating fast. I mean,
I did.
I'm the opposite. I don't feel comfortable.
I tried to emulate the guys that I saw, from DC. There was a guy, Randy Corey, who just used to haul from one side of Pulaski to the other to do something on the steps on the other side. And you've never been there, but it's quite a distance. Yeah. So, pushing full speed. Sheffy. Sean Sheffy.
Yep.
So I always just wanted to, be like, emulate those guys and how they, things look cool. Ricky Oyola.
yeah.
He just push to the trick.
Sure.
And
would Ricky ever come down to DC?
I met him up in Philly.
Yeah.
Like I used to stay at his house, and then when I was with Dan and Serge and Matt Reason and all those guys used to skate Love and all around the city. They skated all around the city, and that's where I met Ricky. And
Sub-Zero days.
Sub-Zero days. Yeah. Back then. You're from Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to come up there quite a bit too.
Yeah.
A couple different times.
I think I went up there to skate with Vinny one time, and I think maybe Jamal. Yeah. East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what you do. You go to the different cities.
When you moved to the West Coast, did you find it harder to skate out here, or was it easier? That transition between the coasts.
This is the part that I'll say what everyone else says. It's you're always in your car here.
Yeah.
And so you get out and you skate. And when you come from here, that's just what you do.
It's normal.
Yeah.
It's just totally normal. On the East Coast, you skate everywhere to the spot. You skate the spot, and then you skate to the next spot.
Yeah.
And if you skate in cities, that's what you do.
And you're constantly warm.
And you're constantly warmed up, and you have a day of doing that. So, it was really weird to come here to drive to a spot, get out, try to do a trick, get back in the car, drive to the next spot.
Jump the fence, jump back over the fence. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like it when I got here, but and now I live up north, and I can go skate the city.
How do you like San Francisco? Good?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been up there?
2.5 years.
Got the fam up there? Everything's good?
Everything's good. Yep. Got the fam up there. So I was there for 7 years, 5 here, 5 in Orange County, and then back,
Okay.
2.5 years now. So
What was your favorite place?
probably SF, but with kids down in Orange County because of the beach.
Oh.
I don't mind LA,
Yeah.
but it's nice to have. Does anyone have kids here?
No, I have a cat.
Roger has a rabbit.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a rabbit?
Yep.
The look on his face.
That's weird.
No, it's not. I'm just like Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Roger's rabbit. Your cat. Do you like living in LA with your cat?
I love it. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really go anywhere.
Okay. She likes Venice.
Her name's Larry.
Her name's Larry.
Yes.
All right. Yes. I'm learning a lot.
And I just got a plant.
Yeah.
His name's Hank.
Okay.
Yeah. Big plant. Big old kind of bamboo palm.
How did the cat and the plant get along?
Larry attacks Hank. I don't know what to do. It's like this. I got to figure this out, Anyway, so that's my own problems I'm living with here.
What else are we going to talk about?
What size board does Reese Forbes ride? What's your setup like?
I don't know. Something over 8. So
Over 8.
8 1/4 or whatever. I went into Deluxe the other day and they helped me out.
Okay.
It was help me to decide what I was riding. Shad's board, whatever that is, and then a GX board.
Okay.
So
sick.
Whatever their biggest board was, or second to biggest. So I don't know. I'll ride kind of anything.
Yeah.
Indies.
For sure.
Make sure there's bearings in the wheels.
You got it.
I put a truck on backwards at the Deluxe store the other day. Somebody called me on that. I'm like,
he does it on purpose.
I've done that on accident too. It's horrible. It's embarrassing.
It was on accident.
It's embarrassing. Put your truck on backwards. Have people call you out. Reese Forbes at the shop put his truck on backwards.
Your truck's on backwards, bro. So that happened. Like an 8 1/4 Indies, 54, 55 wheels. So make sure there's bearings in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So. Have you not put bearings in there before? Or is that
No, I have.
Okay.
It's always hard to make the decision to step it up to Swiss.
Why?
I don't know. I'm like, it seems indulgent.
Go a little faster.
It does. When I'm in the store, I'm like, the opportunity to step it up,
Right.
but I'm not going to do it. I don't know why.
Don't want to go too fast?
I don't know what it is. I'm like, those are $50. $50 bearings.
$50
people.
bearings.
They're worth it.
Can you get some free Swiss bearings?
I think so.
Hit a burn.
Vern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 8.5 is a good. Because right now you were talking about going to deluxe and everything. Because you don't skate for anybody. You're no board sponsor.
No.
You're just free as a bird.
No, Omar sent me boards from Doomsayers.
Dope.
Jim is always giving me stuff from Deluxe.
Okay.
Ryan is giving me Jack stuff, and I've just started to skate more.
Yeah.
Recently, so I'm trying to get back out.
After the Stacks thing, then that was kind of the last sponsor you had. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How did that? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you.
Well, I'm just saying, like, being a sponsored skater for so long, and then after that, were you trying to get on a board company? Were you kind of just like, okay, that's cool. I'm just gonna kind of do my own thing.
No, I left. So we had kids, and I kind of left.
Yeah.
I was just like, so let's see, I got sponsored in '94. I kind of hung it up in like 13. As far as, it's not like I didn't skate, but I was just like, no magazines, no Instagram,
Let me live.
no YouTube, no. I need some time. So that just translated into just a disconnect, which was good at that time. It was
needed it.
Yeah, I needed a break.
Yeah.
I needed a breather. And then, there's all those phases that you go through when you're, for me, just speaking about me, when you're sponsored and you start getting paid to be sponsored, and then you started getting paid to, move around on these teams, and then you start getting paid to go to these places, and it turns into, I found that happening to me. The thing that I, ended up, loving, ends up kind of taking away and chipping away.
Becomes a job.
Sure.
Sure.
So anyway, I needed a break from that.
Yeah.
Because it was too much in the industry, and it was too full time. So,
What about now? Are we making a sponsor me video? What are we talking about?
I'm
now?
working
What are
on
we
it.
doing,
No,
man?
now I can actually just go. This is the point. The point I'm making is that now I can go out and just ride my board as a human
have
being
fun.
in the city, planet Earth.
And I feel like that's the best, right?
That's whatever. That's how it should always be.
But
So,
it's true though. You do get caught up in, it becoming a job. I go through the same things. It's like, dude, we go video parts, magazines, all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's work after a while.
It's work. It's work, and that coupled with sort of the lifestyle that went along with it at that time, it was like, all right, just kind of everything, just time to and having kids, reevaluate everything, and
Right.
and then just priority shifting. So
Sure.
so that's kind of what was the beginning of that metamorphosis into just kind of changing.
Didn't you do like a skate school for a little bit?
Yeah, I started teaching skate lessons, and then I've kind of on and off taught skating.
Oh, that's
and always
cool.
done different things, different work projects, and then I was doing advertising, and so I'm interested in a lot of different things.
Well, how did the skate thing? Did you have the patience to teach kids? I feel like it's a lot of patience to sit there and try to teach somebody how to do
I
something.
just kind of made the declaration or the proclamation to the world that I'm going to be a skate teacher.
Okay.
And that meant anyone from like 4 years old to like, an adult. So I kind of got that sweet spot where it's like there's, kids don't really have that. Of course, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid is unless they're an exception to the rule, they're not really going to just, take direction from you or listen. So you have a little bit of a time slot. You have a little time period where it's like, I might have 15 to 30 minutes with this kid, and then he's just out to lunch.
Oh, okay.
So, and then so if you get a group of those together, the herding and it's just not the right age. It's not about it's just not the right age to teach. So,
Right.
You get a little bit older, but teaching's great because they absorb everything. They're just like, where do I put this? It's all new. Where do I put my foot here? How do I, and it's cool with the parents too, because you can kind of help take some of the bumps out of the road with answering questions that they don't know.
Imagine when you were growing up, you got skate lessons. That would be amazing. I mean,
I didn't get skate lessons.
But I mean, imagine like times are like we live in different times now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like that's a thing.
It's a
skate
thing.
lessons.
It's a thing now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Just send you to skate school.
I'll go to Reese Forbes skate school, 100%, dude.
that's where we are right now.
Oh, it's true. Who was your favorite skater growing up?
So when I grew up, I used to skate with my friend Pat, and we would go in his. This is probably similar to everybody's story.
Mm-hmm.
We would go into his house, his mom's house, and we would pour a big bowl of cereal. You know, whatever that was, corn pops, fruity pebbles, cocoa pebbles, whatever it was, but the more sugar, the better.
Right.
Eat that and watch videos on a VHS for, hours and hours and hours. Get psyched.
Did you have
And
one
then
video that you kept watching?
we watched, the videos that were impactful, right away was like all the Santa Cruz, Wheels of Fire, Streets on Fire,
Okay.
Nadas was, when I saw Nadas skate for the first time in that video where he's just ollieing out. I hope he pops through the door.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
When he was going down his street and then rail sliding on a dumpster and then ollieing up a picnic table, ollieing over a garbage can. Like then, it's just with
It's mind blowing then.
mind blowing then, and then he was just, and it was so out of the bubble where I grew up. So it was just so foreign and sort of exotic in a way because it was
Okay.
California where I grew up. It was like California is way over there.
Other side of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, other side of the world, and those videos, the Planet Earth, as it went on, that's skipping on a little bit later. 8th Street, I was gonna quit skateboarding when I saw that. Shocking me not. I saw that, I'm like, okay, it's over. It's over. Somebody just ollied over a ladder, and I'm out. A lot of those videos, we just looped them, and we would skate around our town, and then we'd take the metro down to DC, and then it just kind of the evolution of that. So
Okay.
yeah.
So Nadas was pretty much your
Nadas was and then in the Santa Cruz videos there was like Roger Brown and Sean Sheffy. They had a little section in there, and it was like I knew that was close to my house. So all those things,
Right.
the light bulbs start going on, where people are skating, and I'm into the way they skate, and that's what of skating, so you emulate that.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
those are a lot of the power skaters. That's but I also like the tech guys.
Okay.
You could throw out a million names. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm drawing a blank right now, but
And then any video part that you're like super proud of or stoked on?
all of yours.
Thank you. Wow. First person who answered that correctly.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
a prize.
how could I? I'm just glaring over there. I can't help but notice.
No, your videos. Anything that's like,
Yeah, I think anything that Dan. I always like filming with Dan.
yeah.
So a lot of those.
Did you trip out when Dan was doing Rolling Longlands?
I didn't know what it was.
Really?
I didn't really know what it was. I started filming with somebody that had it was like full on fisheye all the time, and then I thought he was doing it, and I probably thought that he should be doing it differently.
Oh, you did.
I probably,
Right.
knowing me then, I was probably like, what is he doing? Why isn't he right here?
Right.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't even
far
know.
away.
Probably he was over there doing. But anything that he did that I've filmed with him, he was always. I always like filming and shooting with the guys that are like, "How are you? Yeah, do you want to do it? Are you over it?" It's like, yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah.
We'll leave now, rather than the like
Pushing you?
come on.
And so Dan was that type of dude. Oh, you just let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he would push it when the time was, but
Okay.
but that's always good to work with people like that.
Sure. Yeah, those long lines were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. So probably all the element videos were good. And is that all I've done?
It's I keep seeing on Instagram pop up is the one trick at Pulaski you did, the 180, 50-50, switch 180 out.
Yeah.
Do you see that a lot? People tagging you a lot in those videos? Because I keep seeing that everywhere now.
Yeah. And then there's a guy that draws. You've probably seen him on Instagram that paints over it. He kind of painted over it, and
Oh yeah.
Leon.
Yo, yeah.
Waves to him.
Yeah. So yeah, that people bring that up, but they reference that video.
Oh,
Like I
did.
said before, that became a little, Not even,
Yeah,
Eastern
yeah.
Exposure. Dan filmed it, and it's an awesome video.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it makes you want to skate, which
Sure.
is always
Yes.
that's something that's helpful with a skate video.
They got the entire East Coast psyched.
Yeah,
Raj, you were a big fan?
Dude, I had my shop at the time. I think we sold like over 150 copies of that video.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, we sold a lot of those.
Wow.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
What's an average day of Reese Forbes, man? Waking up, he's got kids, a little older now, so you don't have to wake up as early, I assume, maybe.
Yeah.
And
So the last 10 months,
okay.
I've been training to help manage the store in San Francisco, the Supreme store.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
I've flown around and worked at the stores. So
Awesome.
that's what I've been doing. And a typical day for me is really getting up, like I said, right away watching my kids blow people away on Fortnite.
That's our breakfast.
And then I'm like, okay, let me get a cup of coffee. I right away it's coffee and then some kind of exercise. I don't know. I wake up early.
Oh, yeah.
Read, and whether it's the paper or whatever, I have some kind of ritual that I do. And then I get and whatever the task for the day is,
I love to picture Reese Forbes just with a cup of coffee, newspaper, probably legs are crossed, just in the window somewhere, maybe on a balcony. I don't know.
I live in Marin, so running sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
trail running, like just different things. It just depends on what I'm doing.
You like to be outdoors and doing shit.
This finally made me uncomfortable.
What does Reese Forbes do every day?
It
Make
took
you
like 2
uncomfortable?
hours to get uncomfortable. This is backwards. Yeah.
How is it working for the Supreme stores now? Is that pretty crazy?
It's been good. I mean, thank you to Jeff and Martin and Jagger and Samir and everybody at Supreme. That's been good. So that's been the last 10 months.
So they're opening in like the fall or something in San
opening
Francisco.
in the fall and
Wow.
in SF. So
That's great.
We'll see what they're doing a lot to get the store ready. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Where's it going to be located?
Market.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
guys ever been to San Francisco?
No.
It's going to be interesting to see that line of people. Oh, is it Supreme with all the homeless people
Oh man.
around that area too?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's way off in the future.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, how did they reach out to you for that?
We kind of reached out to each other. So it was just we called each other.
At the same time. Yeah.
I was like, who is this? Who's this? Yeah. We both reached out, and it just happened. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been observing and been a big fan for a long time.
Yeah.
Just from a distance.
Sure. Well, they kill it, dude. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking $1 billion company.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
To think about a skate shop,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
alone turning into a
It's
building.
amazing.
It's
It's
incredible.
a lot of doors since then, just kind of opening and
Sure.
And so yeah. So that's lately.
And then skating when you can.
Skating
I
when I
assume,
can.
yeah.
The other day, Bill's been coming in town lately, which has been awesome. And,
Strobeck. Dope.
And bringing guys in. So there's a lot of people. And it's not like there weren't people in the city before that, but he's bringing a lot of people in, which is
Okay.
cool. And then I tried to follow Ryan down Haight Street the other day and realized that I was way above my level. And
Ryan from GX.
Yeah. And I was wearing this fleece.
Okay.
And luckily. So it was like a really bad moped accident.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. It's just there's a difference between speed wobbles and then you get these speed wobbles that are 15 feet apart in
my
width.
God.
And so I just got pitched. But I'm yeah, they're on a different level
Yeah.
I'm not on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'll ever be on, but
These guys are gnarly.
So you've been filming with him, or
I've been just watching him film. No, I've been going out and just, I just skate with a couple of those guys and then just try to go out as much as I can, when I can. So just go into the city. But when it comes to hills, I do hills kind of my way.
Sure.
And I lost that for a second and thought that I did them their way.
I take an Uber. That's my way. I don't mess with them. This has been great, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a show?
Should we wrap this, bro?
We have a great show. Yeah.
Unless you want to talk about anything else. I don't know if we want to bring it back to anything or
Any new Nikes coming out or anything like that?
No.
I
mean, there are. No, just thanks to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, thanks. That's pretty much all I can say. Thanks to everybody that I've ever, you know, it feels like this is the crescendo. This is, you know, I'm on this show now. Where do we go from here? Unless I come back.
You could
come back.
You can come back anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
Will you film me?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna stay here, so you'll be here tomorrow.
You'll get to see what I do in the morning.
Well, I won't be here. I don't live here.
Okay.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, I'll have Roger. Yeah. Kelly will be following you around with a notepad. I'm gonna have him take notes on what Reese does.
Yeah.
Can we give you some 9 Club stuff to take home? And are you flying back? You going through Phoenix, or are you going to? Are you going direct?
If they'll let me.
Okay.
You know, I need to process this episode, so I might just drive back.
Give some time to think.
Yeah, can we give you some 9 Club stuff to take home if they'll fit in your bag?
Can.
That'd be amazing.
Yes, you can.
Size large.
I'm a large.
Who's getting it?
I
Kelly
got it.
with the
Raj, you got
leg
He's
or
got
Raj?
He's got a broken foot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Raj.
Can't wait to see the new Reese Forbes part, man. This is going to be great, dude. New GX Reese Forbes.
What was that Nike video they did the skits?
Nothing but the truth.
You were in that, right?
I was in it. Yeah.
What skit did you have?
They did one where we dressed up as women.
Okay.
So it was like me, Grant Taylor, Omar Salazar, Uyghur,
Okay.
maybe, and that was the skit. Oh, and then there was some office people that I mean, nothing but the truth.
Yeah. Great.
Listen,
the skating was great.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of people talking
Yeah,
about like the skits?
So I got people that didn't like it. I didn't get a mixed review. It wasn't like, man, that video, let me tell you, that video really changed my life. And I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying I've never heard that.
Right.
It's just, it was everyone that rode for that, for Nike at the time and traveling around for it and filming for it was, it was unbelievable. So,
Well, like I said, the skating was great.
yeah.
But I mean, we've had guys on the show too that were just like, dude, they showed you guys some film of the guys who were going to do it. That was amazing. And then when it came time to shoot, everybody was like, dude, what is going on? This is so bad.
Yeah.
You had the same feeling.
Well, I don't have much to expand on. It's kind of like, we're filming this movie.
Yeah.
And this is what you guys will do.
That was it.
I think maybe we got a pass at like the script, but
Okay.
it wasn't. It was nowhere. It wasn't like let's really collaborate on this. I don't think they could have that many voices in the project.
Sure.
Really, that's what it comes.
But you know what? They try stuff, and
Yeah.
it just
Who knows?
They learned from it obviously because
Yeah.
never did it again.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I like videos that have maybe a little bit of that.
Sure.
You have a little bit. Like Chocolate did a great job where they had skits and Girl where it's like you have a little bit of an intermission between people's parts and it kind of gives you personality of who that person is and then you break into the skating with the song and that's what everybody that's what makes me want to skate.
They don't overdo it. They don't overdo
overdo
it.
it.
Yeah.
They don't do it. Yeah.
Plus, having Spike Jones doesn't hurt.
Oh yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
He's good. He's proven it.
Was there any companies that you, like maybe growing up or even, during your time as a pro, wanted to skate for? Or were you pretty content on, thank you, bro. No, hold it.
Whoa.
We're gonna do this. This is
That's quite a package.
oh yeah.
Thank you.
Bro, we get photo incentive too.
Appreciate that.
$20 in a mag. But, was there any companies that were on your radar maybe that you...
That I wanted to ride for?
Yeah. Because sometimes we have that fantasy,
Yeah, I mean, I always liked Girl and Chocolate.
Okay.
That was always a company that I always wanted. And I felt like with Skate Mental, we kind of got close to it.
Sure.
And I did skate with, I skated with Rick, I skated with Mike, you know, off and on periodically, and which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, so probably Plan B was, virtual reality, just all of that that was another, paradigm shift for me when it was like skateboarding was one thing.
Yeah.
And then a video like that came out and then it became another thing.
Right.
So Pat Duffy, everyone that was in that, it's like, this is another time that I feel like quitting.
I think we all felt like that.
Yeah.
But I could have seen you on Girl. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. No conversation ever. No?
No, I don't think so. Did we have one? Yeah. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. But there were a lot of different companies at different times.
Yeah.
And I'm drawing a blank.
Did you break a lot of boards growing up? I just imagine you just snapping tails off boards constantly.
I did it on purpose. I broke them on purpose, being over a trick,
Yeah.
But no, not that many. I mean, I've broken a few boards, but not like guys that I've seen, like Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny Hughes would just break boards like a little twig.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those days were amazing. I didn't really talk about it a lot, but traveling around, with Markovich, like I had seen Markovich in videos, and then
He skated fast as fuck back then.
skated fast, and then when I finally skated with him in person and saw what he could do, just the ATV-ness of everything, and he was just very impactful. And then Kenny, like traveling to Europe and seeing Kenny, we would go to some big bowl in like Rotterdam.
Okay.
Just making that up. I don't know if there was a bowl there, but we would go somewhere and he would get out and he would just start skating, and it's like I can't believe I'm
He's a great
here
internet
at this.
skater.
Yeah, I'm here at this time watching this.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I mean, I see guys that are at that age now. I'm talking like I'm 65 years old, but I see kids that are at that age right now, like that are doing it, and I'm like, man, there's just nothing better than observing that, like firsthand at this time,
right?
And like the stuff that goes on now, where it's just, and then the constant feed, which is just amazing. Thrasher, just on Instagram, I'm like, okay, it's like I don't know who anybody is. I don't know if you do.
There's someone right now that you're a fan of, big time.
I mean, Tiago is one guy that sticks out only because that things that he's doing. But anyone that is out there right now, I mean, all the Supreme kids, all the GX guys, all those guys I just watch. I'm like, I can't believe the level.
I mean, I'm sure just watching the GX guys in person doing all that shit is just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you try to follow them down hills that you're not qualified to go down.
Well, listen, bro. Here's some 9 Club stuff for you. First of all, Reese. Pleasure, dude. Thank you so much for coming, man.
Out?
Huh?
Did we work that out?
This is, bro.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on. This has been incredible, bro. Honor, a pleasure is all ours. 9 Club mug for your coffee. I know you're a big coffee guy.
I'll do that in the morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many cups in the morning you do? You were talking one? Do you do a full, or are you espresso
it's
guy?
Probably almost
or what?
a pot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Reese, a pot.
I wake up early. I wake up at like 4 in the morning.
Geez.
So
4 in the morning, you brew the pot.
get up.
Get Fortnite ready.
Get Fortnite ready. Get it ready. Get the TV on. No, it goes on.
Yeah. Timer?
Here we are.
You wake up to Folgers in your...
No timer.
Okay.
No Folgers. But yeah, no, I that's where this will come in. And I collect coffee mugs. So this is
do you?
right on time.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Here's a Switch Flip Manny mug.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can look at it every morning.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the stickers are in there for the photo incentive. Like I said, put that on your board.
$20.
$20.
Okay.
Cover of Thrasher.
So we got the beverage opportunities covered here.
Pot of coffee. That's, you gotta, when do you stop around like 10-ish, 11-ish, or do you keep it going throughout the day?
8.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not much. I mean, you would think that would carry me through to midnight. But I stop right around, 7:30, maybe go back in at noon, and then I'm out. Unless, 6 p.m.
Sure.
You're on the 9 Club, and then you...
Right.
What time do you usually go to bed?
Hi. 10. 10:30. There's no nightlife going on.
No.
Kids
are priority.
Those days have drifted away.
Yeah.
Here's a 9 Club hat for you, bro.
Thank you.
New era.
When you have a bad hair day.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you.
know, you're not a hat guy, are you?
I could do
Sometimes
hats. I could do
hats,
hats.
yeah.
Thank you. I'll take it.
9 Club t-shirt for you, large. Here's I know it's getting into summer,
Damn.
Reese, but put this
It's
in the...
SF, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's cold up there.
Large 9 Club hoodie.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. Large
Army crew.
Army... Are you green? Do you like a green, or do
I like
you
a
more... okay.
I like a
Just
green.
making sure.
Olive.
We have our warehouse. You could exchange whatever you want.
Are you the warehouse manager,
No, I am.
Roger?
Raj, you're looking
Thank
at
you.
him.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
What is that? It?
No, again, thank you so much for coming. This was amazing, bro. Yeah, it was really an honor.
This
sitting
was
down.
painless.
Yeah.
I mean, I want more.
You do?
I can see why people stay for as long as they stay.
Yeah.
We could keep going, man.
I mean, is there anything else to talk about?
What movies you like? Are you Netflix guy?
Hey, did people?
No, let's wrap this.